Altimeter setting procedures. When an aircraft is operated in the altimeter setting region, each flight crew member who occupies a flight crew member position that is equipped with an altimeter shall, immediately before taking off from an aerodrome, set the altimeter to the altimeter setting of the aerodrome, or if that altimeter setting is not obtainable, to the elevation of the aerodrome. While in flight, set the altimeter to the altimeter setting of the nearest station along the route of flight, or where the nearest stations along the route of flight are separated by more than 150 nautical miles, to the altimeter setting of the station near the route of flight. And immediately before starting a descent for the purposes of landing at an aerodrome, set the altimeter to the altimeter setting of the aerodrome. These rules are if you're in the altimeter setting region. Now let's look at the rules for flying in the standard pressure region. When an aircraft is operated in the standard pressure region, each flight crew member who occupies a flight crew member position that is equipped with an altimeter shall, immediately before conducting a takeoff from an aerodrome, set the altimeter to the altimeter setting of the aerodrome, or if that altimeter setting is not obtainable, to the elevation of the aerodrome. Before reaching the flight level at which the flight is to be conducted, set the altimeter to 29.92 inches of mercury or 1013.2 millibars, and immediately before commencing a descent for the purposes of landing at an aerodrome, set the altimeter to the altimeter setting of the aerodrome, if that altimeter setting is obtainable. When a holding procedure is being conducted that is located in the standard pressure region, each flight crew member shall set the altimeter setting of the aerodrome immediately before descending below the lowest flight level at which the holding procedure is to be conducted. Now let's look at the rules when you're transitioning between the altimeter setting region and the standard pressure region. Except where otherwise authorized by an air traffic control unit, each flight crew member who occupies a flight crew member position that is equipped with an altimeter shall, when flying from the altimeter setting region to the standard pressure region, set the altimeter to 29.92 inches of mercury, immediately after the aircraft's entry into the standard pressure region. And when flying from the standard pressure region into the altimeter setting region, set the altimeter to the altimeter setting of the nearest station along the route of flight, or where the nearest station along the route of flight are separated by more than 150 nautical miles. Set it to the altimeter setting of the station near the route of flight immediately before the aircraft's entry into the altimeter setting region. Now this can be a little confusing at first, so let's take a look at a picture to describe it more. Let's look at how to explain this in a much easier way. When you're flying from the altimeter setting region to the standard pressure setting region, you make your change in the standard pressure region. When you're flying from the standard pressure region to the altimeter setting region, you make your change again in the standard pressure region. So basically all the changes that you make in terms of your altimeter are made in the standard pressure region.